Welcome to Ask a Black Woman, where we get real answers from real women. I'm your host, Deval Ellis, and this episode we're talking about the modern day woman. Let's meet the women. We have Amber, Shara, Joy, Bethany, and last but not least, we have Pascal. How you doing, ladies?
Great.
Everybody feeling okay?
Yes.
You guys look beautiful.
Thank you.
So let's get right to it. Describe what the modern day black woman is. What is the modern day black woman?
I think it's definitely something that we're stepping into now, being entrepreneurs, business owners, independent, striving for a little bit more than I think in the past, individually, and keep growing.
Where are relationships on the list of priorities for the modern day woman? Is it high or is it in the middle?
I would say that it's high, but because we're prioritizing ourselves and our dreams and our passion, that it's difficult to date. It's like an intimidation factor. And you're more aware of, like, you're just not gonna date anybody. You want someone who's actually gonna add to you and not take away. So it makes it difficult, although it's like number one on the list, but it's hard.
I think as we get closer to like the goals and achieving our goals, it will probably become higher on the list. If you do meet like that partner that can support you and is willing to help you with all of your like goals and aspirations, like that is someone to hold on to. But if that's not that person, then you're just going to distract from where I'm trying to get to.
So a couple of you guys mentioned the word intimidating. Are you saying that men are intimidated by your drive, or is it more intimidating because you're trying to balance both, that you're intimidated of the actual ability to try and balance both?
I think with my personal experience meeting guys, and I have to tell them the things like I'm passionate about, when they hear, oh, you want to be a business owner, or you want to write a book, or you want to have this big conference, they're like, oh wait, yeah, you don't need me. So I think that in itself, it's like they don't see themselves in the mix, or they think that they can't provide. So I think that's like that.
Is that how you all feel?
No, I don't feel that way. I feel like I don't attract people that would even have that in them to feel intimidated. If you're feeling intimidated by something, that means you're most likely lacking something. So I think that, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, but with the things that we have going on in our lives now, we're looking for somebody who can actually balance us out and be on the same level and not feel that way. So, you know, I think that if I met a guy who was intimidated, it's just like, no, bye. We don't have time for that. The modern day woman is not going to just put up with anything anymore. We're not going to just settle for anything, which is why we're focusing more on our education and our careers and working on ourselves.
So is chivalry still alive?
Okay.
I want you to be chivalrous.
Yeah.
You want chivalry?
Absolutely.
In what ways? Because it's funny when you hear women say, I don't want to live like we're still in the 1950s, but you still want chivalry, which existed during the 1950s. So explain to me, how do you still want chivalry from men, but you want them to treat you as an equal?
Look, if the bag is heavy, you gonna carry the bag. You feel
Okay.
me? But at the same time, I'm not going to expect the person I'm with to pay for everything all the time.
Okay.
I like for things to be equal. If you want somebody to treat you as an equal, you have to act as an equal. But there are little things that, you know, a person can do just to open the door or walk on the outside of the sidewalk, you know, stuff like that. That's nice, but at the end of the day, it also doesn't mean that.
That's not a deal breaker for you.
Right.
It's not a deal breaker for you.
I think there's a misconception that because you're modern, that there's no such thing as this partnership thing. I think it's like, well, the guys, you know, I don't need the guy, I can do everything. You know what? I'll take care of the bill. Not all the time. So I think a lot of the times there's this misconception like, oh, she's a modern day woman, she does not need a man. No, I do, because at times it gets difficult when I need to fix something in my car, or there's certain things that just needs to be done, and like I can't YouTube everything. Right. So I mean, so there's this misconception that we can do that all by ourselves.
A woman says they expect a man to cut the grass, take out the trash, open doors, it's accepted. But if a man says he expects a woman to cook and clean, it's looked down upon. Why is that?
I don't believe so. I like to cook and clean. I'm a little bit more traditional. I like gender roles. That doesn't mean I like to cook 5 nights a week, but if you're taking care of the outside and the household and the things that the man has kind of been known to do, or that we've come in agreement to do, then I'm going to take care of my part: cooking, cleaning, laundry.
As long as there's a balance.
It's a balance. Uh-oh.
So I believe in a partnership. I'm very much into partnerships, and people are going to have their strengths and their weaknesses. Now, I hate cooking, but I love cleaning. I don't mind mowing the grass, but I hate taking out the trash.
Are you willing to learn to cook?
I mean, I can cook, but I find it like, just,
It used to be a big faux pas back in the day. If you were a woman and you had multiple partners while you were dating, it was seen as a bad thing. Now with the modern day woman, women can date. They can date men and women. They can date multiple men at the same time. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, you have to think about, oh, well, you know, the men do this and it's not a problem, but dating is truly conversing and going out physically with different people. You're not putting all of your eggs in one basket or not getting all your feelings caught up in one person. So it's dating, like you're supposed to.
Well, that leads me to my next question. How important is marriage to the modern woman? We talked about dating. I know dating is important, but is this something a modern woman looks at and says, you know what, I aspire to be a wife, or I aspire to be, is that something that still exists?
Marriage is super important, but like she said, piggyback on that, like you have to find the right person. Personally, like I've had relationships where it could have led to marriage, but I knew that that situation just wasn't going to be right for me.
Right.
So, you know, it's really just about making sure that you know where you want to be in life and looking for that right partner.
Studies show that black women and Asian men are the least desirable when it comes to online dating. Why do you think that is the case?
I've dated Asian guys before. They're pretty great. I don't know why they think we're the least desirable. We're like the most hot. That's insane. What kind of study was this and who did the study?
No, okay, now I didn't put this on this.
I think that it's based off of how we're viewed in the media. So like if you look at a lot of like TV shows, the black women sometimes were cast as like vixens, we're cast as like angry black women. We have all these, the people that they put sometimes in front of the camera is not always representative of the entire population, but we are judged based off of that.
It's crazy that we're the least desirable, but everybody wants to be just like us. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
It's funny, right?
That's crazy.
Isn't that funny?
You're stealing my whole face and my body and everything.
The irony.
But,
The irony.
I don't believe it. They need more people.
If you had to say something to black men with regards to dealing with the modern day black woman, what would you say to kind of help him along his way? Give him some guidance.
I love black men. I love you. Be strong. Love me back, and you know, support us. And
we
we're
love
gonna
you too,
support
baby.
You know, I think that's the most thing.
I think the modern day black woman is self-made, self-assured, resilient, just ready to conquer it all.
Mm-hmm.
I love them 150%. I am not against you, I'm for you. I am eager to find whatever our passions are, build and conquer the world. Just because I'm modern, that means I have even more things to bring to the table.
I think the respect goes both ways. Even though, you know, I might be a little bit more traditional, I like to balance still. But so many men, TD Jakes said it best one time, they haven't had the chance or haven't been taught how to be this new man, even a modern day man.
Right.
You know, they were working and providing. They don't know much about this reciprocation.
I need a partner. I need someone who is not afraid to let me lead in certain areas that I'm very good at. It's, once again, a partnership. There's going to be things that you excel at, and I would love to follow you under that, like if you excel at it, we're going to do that, and if I excel at it, I think that if we both work together, we could conquer any obstacle. And so just be okay to letting me lead sometimes. It doesn't make you any less of a man. If anything, it makes you stronger for it.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for your candor and your honesty. We really appreciate you. You all are beautiful. That's all the time we have for today. Make sure you tune in to our next episode where we'll be talking about the father-daughter dynamic, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.